a lot of times we see these fractions in songbooks. We see C over E or C/G, etc. So I just wanted to clear that up. It's always the chord. You know, the top part of the fraction is basically the right hand of a piano, and then the bottom half is the bass note. So a C over E would be this. And, you know, we're familiar with it. Just adds a lot of emotion. If we were to do a here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. I mean, that just sounds pretty dull compared to here I am to worship. Inversion, C over E. Now we're going to play an F over its third. Say that you're my God. They just add a lot of emotion. Look at the song Offering. You know, if you just did, the sun cannot compare to the glory of your love. You know, it's just kind of average. But if you add some of these inversions, the sun cannot compare, C over E, to the glory of B flat with its third in the bass, glory of your love. And that's an F chord with the fifth in the bass, a fifth of that triad. And then here's an F with the third. There is no shadow in your presence. No mortal man would dare to stand before your throne. See, those inversions just make you sit a little taller and stand up. And again, it's very anthemic. Before the Holy One of Heaven, it's only by your blood, and it's only through your mercy. I bring an offering of worship to my King. No one on earth deserves the praises that I sing. Jesus, may you receive the honor that you're due. Oh Lord, I bring an offering to you. Looking at the theory of the song we just heard, it was in the key of F. Okay? We've done C, D, E. Now we're going up another step to the key of F. And I've just written out, these are the notes. These represent the notes of an F scale. F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. That's why in a key signature that has one flat, that's the key of F. So if you open up sheet music and you see one flat, it tells you that it's in the key of F, because when you go ahead and do that formula, whole step, half step, etc., what happens is the B has to be flattened, has to go down a half step. So here's our scale, and so we say that's the first degree of the scale, or that's the third degree of the scale, or there's the fifth degree of the scale, or the sixth degree. These are notes we're talking about, okay? Now above, of course, we know the formula now to create chords. So from the F major scale, we created this chord scale, basically is what it is. So we have the one chord is an F, and G minor, A minor is the 3, and B flat is the 4 chord, C is the 5 chord, etc. Now in that song, in Offering, we have chords like, starts off with F, the sun cannot compare, that's a C over E, to the glory of your love. I'm just going to write out the first few chords. So it's a 1 chord, a 5 chord. See, the left hand, or the top part of the fraction, is the name of the chord. That's important to know. The top part of the fraction is the name of the chord. Underneath is the bass note. And so with that, when you see a fraction, that means it's an inversion of the actual chord. So typically, the sun cannot compare would just be F to C to B flat back to F. All right, but what we're doing is putting different bass notes in. Now, E is the third degree of a C triad, if you want C, E, G. So it just, again, it gives it some emotion. So, and then B flat, if you spell a B flat chord, then the third of a B flat chord is a D. So we get F, C over E, B flat over D, F over C. Now in an F triad, C is the fifth degree of the chord. So here let's spell an F. F, A, C. The fifth degree of an F chord is C. So we're putting the fifth in the bass. So there's two types of inversions typically. There's many, but the most common are when you put the third in the bass or when you put the fifth in the bass, the fifth of that chord.